Did you know waterlogging could slash your paddy and sugarcane yields by as much as 40 to 60%? This silent enemy drains your profits and hard work. Imagine losing nearly half your harvest, year after year, just because of excess water. This isn't just a possibility, it's a harsh reality for many farmers across India. In this video, we will unlock the secrets to preventing waterlogging. You will learn exactly what waterlogging is, its hidden causes, the different types of drainage systems, and how to design effective field drainage for your paddy and sugarcane crops. Get ready to transform your farm's productivity. By understanding and implementing effective drainage strategies, you can prevent waterlogging and increase your paddy and sugarcane yields by a significant 20% or more. This means higher income, stronger crops, and a more sustainable farming future. Achieving this consistent yield boost is within your reach. Waterlogging creates anoxic conditions in the soil, meaning roots are deprived of vital oxygen. This suffocation severely impedes nutrient uptake and overall crop growth. For paddy, while it is semi-aquatic, prolonged deep submergence beyond controlled irrigation is detrimental, especially during germination and early tilling, 0 to 30 days. This leads to poor stand establishment, reduced tilling, and increased susceptibility to fungal diseases like blast, caused by Magna Puerthae oryzae. Anoxic conditions from waterlogging cause significant nitrogen loss through denitrification, making top dressing of urea, for example 60 kg N per hectare at active tilling or 30 kg N per hectare at panicle initiation, inefficient. Reduced iron and manganese availability, coupled with increased sulfide toxicity, can lead to zinc deficiency. This often requires remediation with a foliar application of 0.5% zinc sulfate solution. Varieties like PR126 show better tolerance to these conditions than sensitive Pusa Basmati 1121. Sugarcane is highly sensitive to waterlogging, especially in early stages. During germination and early tilling, 0 to 90 days, waterlogging leads to poor set germination, root rot, and reduced shoot emergence, directly impacting the final stalk population. Later, during jointing and grand growth, 90 to 270 days, prolonged waterlogging causes chlorosis, reduced internode elongation, and increased susceptibility to diseases like red rot, caused by Colletotrichum falcatum. Waterlogging severely impairs the uptake of major nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, as well as micronutrients such as iron and boron in sugarcane. For a target yield, a typical NPK ratio of 250:80, 60 kg per hectare is required, with nitrogen split into 3 to 4 applications. Waterlogging necessitates careful fertigation schedules to prevent leaching and ensure nutrient availability, often requiring foliar feeds of 0.5% iron 2 sulfate and 0.2% boron during crop recovery. Waterlogging is defined as the saturation of the soil profile, leading to anoxic, or oxygen-deprived, conditions in the root zone. This means there is too much water in the soil pores, pushing out the air that roots need to breathe. It also includes the accumulation of standing water on the field surface. Both conditions severely impede crop growth, nutrient uptake, and overall yield potential for paddy and sugarcane. Natural causes for waterlogging often include heavy rainfall, especially during the monsoon season, which can exceed the soil's infiltration capacity. A poor natural land slope can prevent water from draining away efficiently. Additionally, overflow from nearby rivers or canals can saturate fields. Heavy clay soils with low hydraulic conductivity and high bulk density are naturally more prone to retaining excess water and becoming waterlogged. Human activities frequently contribute to waterlogging. Improper irrigation practices, such as over-irrigation or uneven water distribution, can lead to excessive water accumulation. Poor land leveling, especially with conventional methods, leaves micro-depressions where water collects. Obstruction of existing natural or man-made drainage channels by silt, weeds, or improper construction also severely impedes the removal of excess surface water. Understanding your soil is the first step. Characterize soil texture, whether it's heavy clay loam or sandy loam, and its bulk density. Optimal organic carbon content should be greater than 0.8%, with pH between 6.5 and 7.5, and electrical conductivity less than 2 deci Siemens per meter, Precise laser leveling is crucial for uniform water distribution and efficient surface drainage. Micro depressions must be eliminated as they act as water accumulation points. For surface drainage in paddy fields, main field drains, typically 0.5 meters wide and 0.3 meters deep, along the field perimeter are effective for quick removal of excess water after monsoon rains or heavy irrigation. In sugarcane, wider and deeper main drains, around 1.0 meter wide and 0.6 meters deep, with feeder drains 0.3 meters wide and 0.3 meters deep at 10 to 15 meter intervals, are essential to quickly remove runoff and prevent prolonged standing water. For sugarcane, planting on raised beds is a highly effective surface drainage method. These beds are typically 0.3 meters high and 0.75 to 0.9 meters wide, with furrows in between. This system allows for significantly better aeration in the root zone and highly efficient drainage of excess water from the furrows. This method is especially beneficial for varieties like County 0238, which show moderate tolerance to waterlogging but benefit greatly from improved aeration. For persistent waterlogging on heavy soils, subsurface drainage, commonly known as tile drains, is highly effective. Perforated PVC pipes, 10 to 15 centimeters in diameter, are laid at depths of 0.8 to 1.2 meters with a slight gradient of 0.1 to 0.2%. These pipes are spaced 10 to 30 meters apart, depending on the soil's hydraulic conductivity. They intercept and remove excess groundwater, effectively lowering the water table and improving soil aeration. Installation costs range from 70,000 rupees to 120,000 rupees per hectare. Enhancing soil organic matter is a crucial complementary strategy to engineered drainage solutions. Incorporating farmyard manure or compost at 10 to 15 tons per hectare annually significantly improves soil structure. This leads to better aeration porosity and increased water infiltration rates, helping the soil manage excess moisture more effectively. Healthy soil structure reduces compaction and allows water to move through the soil profile more easily, preventing surface ponding. Implementing precise irrigation schedules is vital. For paddy, controlled wetting and drying cycles are beneficial. For example, draining fields 7 to 10 days before heading and 15 days before physiological maturity. For sugarcane, adopting drip irrigation with targeted fertigation schedules, such as 100% nitrogen, 50% phosphorus, and 75% potassium delivered through fertigation, minimizes water wastage and ensures targeted nutrient delivery, significantly reducing the risk of waterlogging. Waterlogged conditions predispose crops to various diseases and pests. For paddy, sheath blight, caused by Rhizoctonia solani, can be managed with propiconazole 25% acre at 1 ml per liter or mancozeb 75% WP at 2 grams per liter at heading stage. Improved drainage also reduces the incidence of set rot and root diseases in sugarcane, potentially reducing the need for prophylactic treatments. Stem borer in paddy might require imidacloprid 17.8% SL at 0.3 ml per liter application. Waterlogging leads to significant economic losses. Yield reductions can be 15 to 50% in paddy and 20 to 60% in sugarcane. For example, a paddy yield reduction from 7 tons per hectare to 4 tons per hectare could mean a revenue loss of 45,000 rupees minus 55,000 rupees per hectare, assuming 18 rupees to 20 rupees per kilogram. For sugarcane, a drop from 100 tons per hectare to 60 tons per hectare translates to a 100,000 rupees minus 120,000 rupees per hectare revenue loss, assuming 2,500 rupees minus 3,000 rupees per ton. Strategic field drainage, combining surface and subsurface solutions with sound soil and nutrient management, is crucial for mitigating waterlogging stress. While initial drainage infrastructure costs, ranging from 20,000 rupees to 120,000 rupees per hectare, are significant, the sustained yield stability, reduced input waste, and improved crop quality offer substantial returns on investment. This ensures your gross revenues remain robust against climatic adversities, leading to higher, more consistent yields. Please like this video, share it with fellow farmers, and subscribe to the AgriPlus channel.